For cheap games and to support my channel, please visit the link in the description below to g2a.com. Hey, what's up, Slunts? Joker here. If you remember a few weeks back, I did my Black Friday build, which is at around an $800 price point, and after that I did a $1,500 build for a little bit more high-end consumers. And back when I did that, I promised I was also going to be doing an extremely high-end build with a no-budget, sky's-the-limit build, my absolute dream PC, and that's what I'm going to be bringing you today, my 2015 dream PC build. So if I could go out right now and I had $5 in my pocket to spend on whatever PC my little brain could think up, this is the PC I would build. As far as the aesthetic, I tried to go with an all-black look. I really like that murdered out look, as the kids like to call it. If you ever seen like one of those cars that are like all black with black headlights and black windows, that's called murdered out. So that's what I'm doing for this. This is my murdered out dream PC for 2015, and let's go ahead and jump right into it with what is probably one of my favorite cases right now, mostly for the design and look of it. It is an absolute gorgeous case. Of course, talking about the Fractal Design Define R5, completely silent in its design. At least that's what they're marketing it as. And from what I've been hearing from a lot of different review outlets, it is pretty much damn near silent. It's got really nice padding around all the sides on the doors and the front door. Even the top is all sealed up. You do have the option to remove the top of the case, the pieces, so you can do a top-mounted radiator if you want to. But for the purpose of this build, I would actually put the water cooler at the front of the case so that you can keep the top sealed up so it's quieter, and also so you're not introducing extra dust into the case. But personally, I just really like the aesthetic of this case, and the fact that it's soundproof is a big plus to me, because after having a case that looks like a spaceship for like the last 2 years, has great airflow, don't get me wrong. My computer stays really, really cool. But now, as I'm sort of maturing a lot as a PC gamer and a PC enthusiast, I'm really looking for something that's silent and pleasing to look at, but not too gaudy and garish like my current Thermaltake Chaser MK1 with the blue lights all over it and that kind of stuff. Now, maybe that's something you're into. If you want to get a different case, by all means. This is my dream build. So for my dream build, I'm going with the Define R5 because I want the silence and I want that simple, clean black look. But I know, but in a quality product all at the same time. All right, for the motherboard, we're going to be going X99, of course, because with the dream build, we're going to be using a 5960X. And to go with that all-black theme, I want to go with the MSI X99 SLI Plus, because we are going to be doing SLI in this build, because I like SLI. I don't believe in using a computer with a single card. I don't know how people use computers with single cards. How are you getting your games to run? Honestly, I come across certain games, and I'm not trying to be a snob here, but I come across a lot of games that I try to run on Ultra, and if I didn't have SLI, I don't think I would be able to run them at ideal frame rates. Now, maybe my ideal frame rate is a little bit different than normal regular Joe out there, but I like to play games at 100 FPS plus. I have a 144 Hz screen. I want my games to look good and run super, super smooth. So to start things off, before we get to the graphics cards, we're going with the MSI X99 SLI Plus. First off, because I've been using MSI, I like the look of this board. It's just really sexy, and that black on black look is really going to help with the overall aesthetic theme of this build. So, X99 SLI Plus from MSI, that's going to be the MOBO. And the processor, because I'm a big-time gamer and a big-time content creator with YouTube, I'm going to need myself a 5960X, because if I want to push out 4K content in the future, guess what? I'm going to need the extra threads to do that, and the 5960X with 8 physical cores and then 8 virtual cores on top of it. So you're looking at 16 threads. If you're looking at to render videos, there is nothing else out there that's going to beat the 5960X, bar none. For consumer grade products, that is. I mean, yes, you can get like dual Xeon processors and have like 72 cores or something like that, or 72 threads, sorry, but for a normal consumer grade product, I guess you can, even though it's $1,050 for a single CPU, I guess that's still considered consumer grade, but at the very high end of consumer grade, nonetheless. But if I was building, my dream PC, hands down, 5960X all the way. And to keep it cool, I actually wouldn't even change from what I have right now. Right now, I'm running a SwiftTech H220X, and that's exactly what I'd put in this build. Hands down. I love the SwiftTech H220X. They make their own proprietary pump. They keep everything cool, and if I've looked at the numbers comparing it with all the other all-in-one water cooling units out there, And compared to against all of them, the SwiftTech wins every time. SwiftTech with Noctua NFF12 fans, it's going to knock out any other all-in-one cooler, probably even a lot of custom loops that people build themselves. So I recommend the SwiftTech. It's also got different color changing things for the Apogee water block on it, so you can have different colors depending on what aesthetic you want to go for. So I like that, just extra customization options, and it just looks cool all the way around, and it's going to look great inside the Fractal Design R5. Now for the memory on this system, we're going to go ahead with some Corsair Dominator. We're going to go with a 32 gigabyte kit clocked at 2,666 megahertz. That's 4 8-gig sticks because the X99 motherboards, they all support quad channel memory. So it's going to be 4 8-gig sticks in there, which should be more than enough memory for anything you're going to be doing with Photoshop or maybe with Blender if you're into animation or video editing and rendering, things like that. 32 gigabytes is going to be more than enough, especially with the fact that it's DDR4. We're going to have some sexy graphics cards in SLI. To go with the all-black theme, we're going to go with EVGA's GeForce GTX 980s with the ACX cooler. Now, I really do like reference coolers, don't get me wrong. I like the reference design, I like the lights and the backplate and all that. And I would go for that, but right now, the reference cards have actually become quite scarce and hard to find. And if you can find them, the price is usually way higher than what they should be. So right now, I would go with this card. And I actually chose the Super Clock on this build because it was actually a little bit cheaper than the regular one, which makes no sense because the Super Clock is generally better. But it's $40 cheaper than the standard ACX 2.0. So I'm going to go with two of those. Two 980s, the super clocked ACX coolers. And for storage needs, we're going to go with SSDs only, just SSDs. Reason being, we're going to be removing the hard drive cages if we put that SwiftTech H220X for the front of the case so that we can keep it silent and try to keep dust from getting into the case by having the top vents open. So we're having that there, we're going to have to remove the hard drive cages. So the only option there is we're going to have to go SSD, and we're going to double up two 1 terabyte Samsung 850 EVO SSDs. They're latest on the market, and I'll show you here on the Fractal Design R5 right here on the back. You can mount two SSDs right below the motherboard cutout. So you can just stick your SSDs right there. There's no need for the hard drive cages anymore. No mechanical drives on this beast. It's going to be SSDs all the way. And to power it, we're going to need something. We're not going to go with 80 plus silver or 80 plus gold or not even 80 plus platinum. We're going with titanium level efficiency with the Corsair AX1500i fully modular. Look at all those cables. Look at all those ports on the back of that thing. You're going to be able to run everything on this X99 board. You'll be able to throw in two graphics cards, and if you want to throw like an NIC card and a sound card, anything, fan controllers, anything you can throw at this power supply, it's going to handle it in spades and have enough power to left over to last you through probably your next 2, 3, or even 4 PC builds with the efficiency and the amount of wattage that this bad boy is going to be pushing out. No doubt about it, this is my dream PC, and I calculated the price up and it came at just over $4,300. Now, if you weren't a big-time content creator doing YouTube stuff, you could knock it down to the 5930K or even the 5820K and save yourself about $600, which would bring the cost to just under $4,000, around like $3,800. Still a hell of a lot of money, still an extremely high-end PC, but you could save a little bit of money there, you know, if you're just looking to game, even though that's still overkill for gaming, but that's what we're here for. That's what this video is all about. It's all about the overkill dream PC. If I could go out and spend all the money in the world, this is what I would be building. And I would also probably have triple Asus ROG Swift 144Hz 1440p G-Sync monitors on Spaceco arms, like fucking pneumatic Spaceco arms wrapped around my desk with like a 4K screen up top just for video editing. That's the dream setup. I mean, you know, that's just completely ridiculous. But we could fantasize, can't we? That's what it's fun. It's just fun to think about. But that's going to wrap it up for the video. I hope you guys did enjoy it. If you did, stick a like on it below. And don't forget, you could always follow me on Facebook and Twitter at JokerSlunt. And if you want links to any of the parts that we talked about here in this video, check out down in the description. I'm going to have links to Amazon where you can get everything. And it also helps out my channel a lot, even if you just use those links and then go shop and buy something else. It helps me out a lot. So thanks a lot for watching, guys. I'll catch you next time. Tear out!